Good afternoon, everybody. I have been in and out of the shop all day today. So we got a couple of premieres up there. Been some very fun pens. But I want to show you two of them. And we're probably going to go right to the leopard scope. So first one is, for the second video, there was this particular, now let me find it here in the bag. This one particular Fordite blank that was, it's not polished yet, but man, did this thing come out cool. And it was started off as a very cool blank. Actually, let's make sure everybody's saying hi here tonight. So who we got here? We got Lawrence. Hello, Lawrence. And we got Joe. Her and Lawrence have been here for a while. Joe is great. Lawrence is great. Went for 3 walks. Joe's out burning the rubber off her new Hoka shoes. Very nice. Let's see. Cindy is in the house. Hello, Cindy. Cindy, not Cindy. Her name is Cindy, but she goes by Cindy. And Joe's automatic cat feeder just dumped my ragdoll's food, and she shot off my lap like a cannonball. Joe, I would like video evidence because that is going to be a riot. Hopefully there's a video. And there's Christina C. Hello, Christina. And hey, Jamie's in the house. Hello, Scarlet J. So this one particular thing right here, this pen, let me just shift the camera over here a little bit. So this is a Fordite pen, and this little pocket right there, as you can see, is actually the color of the Fordite, or color of the resin, which is sort of this light pea green. I'm not sure, lime green. I'm not sure what that is, but there's a hole right in the middle of this particular, and you can see that little bit of resin trailing over onto the Fordite. Got a really cool 3-dimensional aspect of it there. Let me get this thing straightened up here. That's pretty cool. And then on the back side, there's some more resin buried into the hole of that Fordite. And then there's a little gold flake right there sitting on top. So that is resin right there where that gold flake is. And there's just a little pocket of the Fordite. And then the Fordite starts right about where that light shine is. That was pretty cool. Got the gold flake in there. That just came out really nifty. And of course, I did this particular cut because I wanted to dive into each one of these Fordite sides. Look at that. That is just freaking awesome. That is beautiful. And then I wanted to capture this little gold green in the middle there, which really looks pretty neat. And you can see the edges of the Fordite on either end. It's underneath there. And again, over here, there's some resin on top of the Fordite, which I didn't plan that, but that came out pretty cool with that gold leaf stuck right underneath that there. And of course, there's a pocket again right there. You can see it from the side. That is the Fordite being filled in with the resin. And that came out really cool. Good bunch of Fordite in that one. I don't know who made that. Might have been Troy. I'm not sure. But that came out really cool. And then we were doing in the SI video, and not being immodest, but I'm getting better and better at the I Dream a Genie 2.0s. And I have found that a resin with no what do you call it? No glitter in it comes out really cool. Look at this cool looking little vase. It almost looks like there's flowers on the vase with the green and the pink. But that came out really nifty. I was really happy with that one. That was very notable. That came out so cool. Great blank, first of all, to start off with, whoever made the blank. But that came out way cool. So you can see the vase right there, right? I Dream a Genie 2.0. That came out way cool. Way fun today. Way fun. Let's see. Wowza. Hello, Christina there. We saw Christina up above. Lawrence says wowza, and Joe says dittos to that. And Christina says that's a fun pen. No doubt about it. It came out really, really nice. Lava lamp. There you go. That's a good name for it. It's the lava lamp. I usually call it I Dream of Genie 2.0, but lava lamp sounds just a little sexier. Lava lamp. All right. So let me flip the camera back here. We got to get busy. We got some stuff to do. Been turning all day, in and out of the shop all day long. And oh, let me show this. That's right. That's what else I wanted to do. I'm going to bring up the Leopard Leatherworks site. Let's see. I need to go to Leopard LW. Leopard, Leopard LW. All right. So this is, let me share real quick. Where'd my browser? Right here. So let's go to here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Dang it. Discord. I got to kill Discord. It keeps wanting to pop up and get into my way. All right. So what am I doing? Oh, I was going to share. That's what I'm doing. I'm sharing. Present share screen. And then Leopard Leatherworks. Okay, so you should be able to see our website now. And under diamond painting goodies, where a lot of people end up, is blank turning service. And let's just say we're going to have a square turning service. We reoriented this a little bit. Obviously, everything with the little I is required, or the little asterisk anyway, is required. So you can choose the length of the pen. You can choose the end. You can choose the finger hole diameter. And then down here, because we had some people wondering, is what if I don't want anything? Because we had one end and two ends, but now we have do not add inserts. That way they answer it positively. They know they don't want them, and boom, they got a selection all there for that. We just added that. And then we now have a new e-painter pen option, and it's either yes, which means you click on that, or it's no, and then you add that to your cart. And there it is. That's the big change. The big change was we changed the Diamond Art Club screw-in threaded inserts. Either do not add inserts, add one end or both ends. And then we put a e-painter pen option on there. Prices are all the same. No big deal there. But anyway, that was fun there. So that should help out some people, because Carrie was saying that there were a number of people that were asking her questions about, what do I choose if I don't want any? Well, I thought you wouldn't have chose any, but now it's very helpful. It actually says, here's what you need to do. So that's a lot of fun. All right, let's get busy. Let's get busy. Let's see. We got to finish up. I forgot about this one here. Miss Darlene Copenhaver. We did one blank for her as we were finishing up one night. And I put everything back in her packet and laid it over here on my desk. And then we never went back to it. So we are going back to it now. Because she is a fabulous lady and deserves to have her pens turned. So I was taking Kevin to work this morning. And on the way back, I wanted to go to get some donuts. And I went to the donut shop. Drove all the way down to Yukon. It was the exact same place where I met Marion and her husband, Carl, who's doing better now, thank goodness. And we went down there and had a donut with them and gave her some pens and stuff like that about a year ago, I think, or almost a year ago. So I went and drove all the way down there, and they have this, hey, Denise, how you doing? They have this drive-through, so you can just pull up there and tell them what you want and pay for your donuts and roll on. Well, I'm still in my pajamas, right? I just taken Kevin to work, threw a T-shirt on, got my PJ bottoms on and my slippers, and I get up there to that drive-through, and their drive-through has now been closed permanently so they can take better care of their customers at the counter. What this means is business is not very good, and they can't afford another person at that time to pay attention to the drive-through window, which is actually around the back of the business rather than the front. Sad for them, but I didn't buy donuts there. I went to another donut shop that had a drive-through and bought my donuts there. And that's sad because that's one of my favorite donut shops because they have a donut called the Cronut. It's actually a cross between a croissant and a donut. And it is just flaky goodness. It is so awesome. Anyway, let's get to Darlene's goodies here. I got to turn let me show you my my tray. Let me take this off of here for a second. I have let the trays cure, loaded them up. And here's one tray I've got here. It's got all my little goodies. This is why I did it. So now I've got all my goodies that I have on my work table over there that I use often, including the remote for the Apple Dumahuchi there. Let me turn that on. Anyway, so that's there, and there's Carrie knows where to steal my Sharpie from. It'll be plainly marked in this very bright green little goodness thing there. All right, let's get down to YouTube's, and I'm gonna go there. And Sabulous Sunday. So, what is Sabulous Sunday? You can go ahead and throw down in your comments there why I call this one Sabulous Sunday. And then we'll see who gets it correct. All right, we're at the right speed. I did clean out the filter today, so I got some good airflow, which is very exciting. Yeah, Joe, cronuts are awesome. I never even heard about them until this place here in Yukon. Apparently, they've been around for a while. Let me clean that lens off. Make sure we get that little spot there. Because it's fabulous and Sunday. That's partially there. And Cindy has no idea. Let me get that camera straight. Well, Lawrence is right there, very close with Joe. But you're right. It's just that the word fabulous doesn't start with S, so I started it with S. All right. Blowers on. You guys win. Let's see here. What are we doing here? Let me see what Darlene wants. She would like a baseball bat. Let me see. Make sure I got looking at the right sheet. Baseball bat, 0.52. I got to ask Carrie why this other one's 0.58. So baseball bat, 0.52. Here we go. Been doing baseball bats all day. Hello, Raccoon Eyes. How you doing? Hope all is well. 0.65 coming down. Going to get a little thinner here. Let's see how far we've made it down here. 0.58. Getting there. Point 0.55. Almost there. Very nice. Very smooth on that end there. Let me bring this down into proportion. All right, that should be exactly where we want it. Hello, Darlene. Hope you're doing well. There we go, 0.52. Right on the money. Hey, Darlene, I noticed your other blue glitter one is going to be a 0.58. Is there a reason that that is different than the 2.52s that I'm doing? Because this one and the other one I did are 0.52 finger holes, and that one's marked on the paper as 0.58. Now, you could be giving it to someone else, and that's cool, nice little gift. Or you may be changing finger grips just to give your muscles relaxation. Either one of those are great reasons. Just let me know if 0.58 is correct. And I'll look up in a second to see if you've answered. But we're glad you're here with us tonight. Hey, Audrey, how you doing? Thank you, Darlene, for letting me turn them for you. That's more exciting for me that you allowed me to do these for you. You know, it's funny, Darlene, is we were doing yours one night, and I set them to the side because we didn't finish them up. And I was looking at my table when I was doing the videos today, the premieres, and I go, whose are these? Oh, crap, these are Darlene's. I forgot to finish Darlene up. That's what we're focusing on first tonight. I'm so poor I can't even pay attention to my desk. Ha ha ha. Audrey, hope all is well in the Bentonville tonight, or the Bentonville area. I know you moved, not sure exactly where you're at, but I know you're over there somewhere. No, Darlene, that was 100% my oversight. 100%. You should have emailed me and go, where the heck are my stuff, man? So this is a Bill Durblank, and he's really good with these swirls on the inside. This one's mostly hugging this side over here. And I usually do these with an offset mustache because it'll look really cool. And let me make this wet to see what's on the inside there. No, Darlene, no, Darlene. That is 100% my snafu. Getting too far ahead of myself. So you can see where that swirl is going. Looks like an offset right about in here will be really cool for this particular one. I love Bill Durr when he does that swirly thing on the inside. Oh, that's good, Audrey. That's good. That is good. Hope your mom's doing well. You know, I was down there in Tawnytown. My son and his wife live in Tawnytown right now, while he's in, actually the kids do. He's in Korea in the Air Force, and they're living down there next to all these great hospitals there, children's hospitals, because they've got a couple of very special needs children, and it's super handy for them there. And she's from Van Buren. But I was over there, popped into your mom's house there on your mom's store there down in Springdale along the road there on Sunset. And oh my goodness, this place was dialed in, man. I even texted her. I was so happy. Her store looked fantastic. People were busy singing a happy song. It's never a perfect place, but I could tell something was happening there all good. Seems like she's having a good time there. And that's good. Audrey and I, for all those who don't know, worked together at Walmart for quite a few years, actually. Audrey is super dependable, super upbeat, loves jalapeno beef jerky with Diet Dr. Pepper. I used to walk into the office, I could smell that jalapeno beef jerky. Oh man, that was good. Now this could look like a lava lamp when we're done, which is really cool. Except the lava doesn't move. It stays put. A cold lava lamp. Yes. Yes, ma'am, Christina. It doesn't move. It just sits right still. But it looks cool. It even looks like a lava lamp a little bit with the baseball bat ends. Been a good week for turning. Good weekend. Got a lot done. And can't wait for tomorrow, Monday, where I get to go just sit at my desk all day and do nothing. What's up, Kevin?
Hello, Audrey. Hello.
Audrey, Kevin says hello. Hey, Rebecca. How we doing?
Hello, Your Honor.
Kevin says hello, Your Honor.
What do you think of that snow pond case?
She's reviewing it now on her channel.
It's a lot of.
Ah.
Hello, Cindy.
Tim, get the pen pal lathe and take it to your desk. The pen pal lathe. What is that? Let me know, Lawrence, what that is. The pen pal lathe. Audrey says hello, Kevin. Lawrence says hello, Kevin. Cindy says hello, Kevin.
Oh, Arkansas made the stuff on tonight.
Arkansas did what? Arkansas made the NCAA tournament tonight. They'll be playing Kansas. Just another dust in the wind. Ooh. Oh, maybe not that Kansas. It's a real small lathe by PSI. I've got to check that out. That would just make a mess in my office. I could see that. Good. That means my boss will be in a good mood tomorrow. What means your boss will be in a good mood? Maybe I missed something here. Oh, because Arkansas made the NCAA. That's good. Yeah, keep that boss in a good mood. Apparently, that boss is a Arkansas fan. Yeah, took me a second, Audrey. Took me a second. Kevin did not have his lesson tonight. I'm hoping it's tonight. I don't know what happened. I was out here turning and I came in and Kevin must have been tired from work because he was in bed. And a little bit later, I heard him snoring. I go, oh, he must have been tired from work. Kevin's back in the house now talking to mom. What can a really small lathe do? I bet you could turn pens on it. Not sure how powerful it is. Lawrence would have to give us the rundown on that. But it's probably for turning a very nicely prepared blank into a pen. Not, I don't think it would do these diamond painting pens. I don't know. I have to check it out, see what its capabilities are. But I don't want one in my office. It's, my fingers are pretty tired after the weekend. Need a few hours break. All right, let's put a little polish on this baby. That's about 2 pens worth of polish there. I hear Carrie in here talking to Kevin about something. Carrie's making a quiche, so that'll be tasty later. I think it's going to be ham and cheese. Or maybe broccoli and cheese. Probably broccoli and cheese. That's more of our more favorite. Oh, yeah, that looks cool. That looks cool. We'll go take that under the scope because that looks pretty neat. Looks like the blue flames are reaching to the ceiling. That is cool. Let's go check it out. Let's see. Settings, leopard scope. Okay, this is the top of the lamp. And if you can see, there's just a little bit of blue still in the baseball bat there, trailing up. And then there's the snowflakes in the blue. So we'll call this ice flame. Nice bunch of glitter in there. Yeah. My paw print on there. Snowflakes everywhere. Got that blue ice, blue flame ice swirling around in there. Very nice blank, Bill. Very nice. Very nice. Love the three-dimensionality of it. Always I love to see inside the blank like that. Very cool. Very cool. Let's flip it back to the lathe here. Yeah, it's a pretty one, Darlene. I'll tell you. Now, let me ask Carrie about this 0.58 thing going on. Carrie. So the other two for Darlene are 0.52. This one's a 0.58. Is that correct?
Is she on?
She is on.
I don't know. Oh, you want me to look it up?
Yeah. I asked her. She hadn't answered yet. She may not have heard me. She might be out getting a Coke or something.
At her orders.
Or I missed it, one or the other.
I don't know.
Let me look above here.
She might have put that in there, not know.
Nope, no, she hasn't answered that yet. So, Darlene, this one here is a 0.58 that I'm doing next, this glittery one. Is that correct? Because the other two I just did use a 0.52.
Is it round? Is the other one Fordite?
There's no Fordite we already did.
Okay, you turn that, right?
Yeah, we did the Fordite and the round snowflakes 0.52 baseball bat. And now this one is a 0.58 fat bat.
Okay, there's a 0.52 for the Fordite.
Yep.
And then there's a round, but it doesn't say what.
I don't have a round anywhere. It's all baseball bats. Baseball bats or fat bats.
You must have turned it already. There's 3.
Well, this is my third one. This one here. Because we did our Fordite already. That's right here.
Here's one here. There's another round for 0.58 that was back.
That must be this one. 2380.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but at 0.58 is different than the 0.52s I just turned.
Yes.
0.52. Yeah, I didn't hear it. So she wants 0.52.
Okay.
Cool.
That's what she might have filled that out not knowing. So that's fine.
Yeah. Darlene's like, look at the screen. I'm looking. We got you, Darlene. We got you.
We figured it out, my friend.
Just trying to make sure I do the right thing here.
Sometimes you don't remember what you put, and then it's like, oh, I don't do it. Some people say, could you check and see what I did last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one round, and the Ford.
And these are going to be fat bats 0.52. Very good.
That went with her beef stash.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, this one, there's some kind of really tiny white glitter in there, along with the other multi-size glitters of blue and white. But there's some looks like salt. Literally looks like salt. Have to see how that comes out. That'll be neat. All right, here we go. And these are going to be fat bats. Let me tighten that up a little bit. Let me tell you, it feels like there is a lot of glitter in this one. Yes, sir. There is a ton of glitter in this one. Yeah, there's a lot of glitter in there. Very nice. Let's see where we're at here. Down about a 0.63. Coming down. Coming down to Chinatown. Let's see, we're going to leave this one a little fat because that's going to take a lot of sanding. We're down to 0.55. We're heading to 0.52. Let's see how we're doing now. 0.5, 3.5. I think we'll leave it right there. Let's get some fat bats going here. So what is a fat bat, you may ask? It is a baseball bat end that goes further in this direction, like this, not bigger this way. This would be the same size baseball bat if we were doing it, but it goes this way. Normally a baseball bat's going to be in that range there. Fat bat comes out to about right there. And it's just supposed to look like one of those kids' baseball bats made of plastic. Man alive, that is a lot of glitter. That is amazing. Okay, we're down to about a 0.6 guy. Go a little further. There we go. That'll take us where we need to go. Let's make a fat bat on this end now. Good profile. Let's get our dome. All right. That's going to be gorgeous when we're done. A lot of sanding on this one today. You can feel how rough that is. And you can see where some of the little pieces of glitter come off. It leaves a very shiny blue below it. Looks like a hole, but it's not a hole. It's just a little flat part where the glitter no longer sticks. All right, I think we're going to do a little marble in the middle. That'll look very cool. Now let's find the middle first, because we can't put a marble in the middle if we don't know where the middle is. 5 1/4, 2 5/8 to the middle. We'll do about 5/8 either side of the center. Beautiful. Looks like I'm missing some good conversation there. Got something in periwinkle, which is your favorite color and your favorite pen. Nice. Thought about getting some chip carving knives and make some pens and clip carve those. I don't know what that is, but sounds like another hobby I need. Hey, Sadara, good to see you. It basically started as hobo art. I don't know what did, chip carving, I guess. I have to go back in the chat and see what I missed. There's a good conversation going on there. There we go. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is I got this super mega sharp negative rake. I'm just going to rub it gently across her, and that's going to give me a super nice finish to start sanding. Feels better already right there. And I do this mainly where the fingers go. The rest of it will sand out beautifully, but the fingers are very sensitive to every little idiosyncrasy in a finish. So this will help us in a super nice finish. By the way, Dolly World opened again this year for its 40th season. And my goodness, there was quite the crowd there for that opening day last weekend. I think it's Friday. All right, now for some sanding here. Let's do this marble the same way. It looked like this pen swallowed a big marble. All right, let's turn the blower off. We got it all sized in there, and now we're just going to crate it up. Going to get it going, get it all fancy. I'm going to get a brand new sponge out for this one because I want some pretty aggressive sanding. I'm actually going to take away a little bit of material, probably 1/1000th of an inch. And we'll just start right here in the middle. Tadera, hopefully life is treating you well today and always. Been very well. I got zero to complain about, literally. I'm only 89 orders behind at this point, so I'm feeling pretty good. Having a pretty successful weekend, making some new trays of many types. Got some new molds in for little cute animals such as dogs and cats and ducks and chicks and dragons and snakes. We'll be making some of those throughout the week and throwing them out there for everyone to see in the Facebook group. I got a really cool idea. The dragon mold and the snake mold, of course, are upside down because you pour into it and then the bottom is the top and the open part is the bottom, flat against the table. And I'm thinking of dribbling some turquoise colored drills into the bottom of that mold, which is actually top of the item, either a dragon or a snake, and then putting some very dark transparent red. So it'd be like a red snake or a red dragon with turquoise dots at the top. That should look pretty cool. probably do that with black too. That would look really awesome. Okay, it's feeling pretty decent there. Hey, Audrey, whatever happened to Rocky Chenard? I heard he was no longer with Walmart anymore. I don't want to text him and ask him because I don't want to embarrass him if it was a bad thing. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. My number is the same. You can give me a call sometime. Just text me before so I'm not in a meeting if it's during the day, during the week. I'm not in too many meetings, but sometimes they get pretty heavy. That doesn't sound very good. I'm sad for that. Yeah, I guess I won't text him and ask him that. I'll text him for something else. He managed some stores over here in Oklahoma City. That's why I wondered. But it was so long ago. All right, that seems pretty consistently 80 grit. Very nice. All right, here we go. Start diving down into some finish here. Probably going to take a few of these too. You know what, Audrey? I'd actually thought, gee, maybe he went to Sam's Club. That's why he wasn't worth Walmart anymore. But apparently that's not the way it goes. So we'll talk sometime. When you're free, you probably have a busier schedule than I do. I forgot what blanks I got. Oh, Sedera. I know I don't know. You have to ask Carrie. Probably sent you a picture when you did your listing, so you might be able to search for your listing on our website. But feeling pretty good. And the reason I spend so much time on this particular step, sanding this down, is when I put that polishing rag on there, it will find every little snaggle-tooth glitter sticking up, and it will pull it up. My number is the same. Call me after your dinner. Okay. Yeah, mine hasn't changed either, so you'll recognize it coming through. Yeah, phone numbers don't change like they used to. They pretty much just keep your number forever if you wanted. I got one of these phones from the company, and of course, they put it in my area code, even though my company's in California. And that way it's sort of local, which I don't know why they do that, but doesn't matter. And for about the first year, all I got was on that particular one, when I didn't know who it was some bill collector. So whoever had that phone before me was running from their money woes. I never answered them. I just figured eventually if I never answered, they would stop. And they sort of did. I did pick it up the other day, though. Hey, Will. Just let Carrie know, Will. Just send Carrie a message in an email. That's the best way. That way we don't get mixed up or forget about it. She'll change it on the paper, and boom, we're done. You going bigger or going smaller, Will? Carrie has gone from a 0.46 to a 0.60 pretty comfortably. Weird, because I told her, I said, that's pretty small finger hold, Carrie. And she liked it for a while, but now she's got a bigger finger hold. And how you doing today, Will? Ooh, that's feeling good. Feeling good. All right, let's get to the next level of sandpaper. That was all, 5 little sheets for that one there. All right, stepping up. And Will, if you said anything before your finger hold, I might not have seen it because they roll off my my monitor there as they go. I'm not looking at straight up chat. It's watching YouTube in a maximized window. Ooh, a lot of rain. Well, yeah, you got what we just came through here a couple days ago. Except you guys are getting all the moisture. We just got all the wind. Audrey probably got some of that wind too. Probably on Friday or Saturday. We came through here on ripping and roaring all Friday. Finally stopped about 9 o'clock. So I imagine somewhere through the night, Friday into Saturday, Audrey would have got it. And then throughout the day of Saturday would have been pretty windy all day. Yeah, that wind was horrible. We had sustained for a couple hours about 35 or 40 miles an hour, gusting to about 65. Never got the gust to 70. Not that I would really recognize the difference. But, man, it was just, for about 8 or 9 hours, just windy as all get out. Windier than I like it, that's for sure. Yeah, that storm is just rolling across the country. 32 people dead, I heard, from the tornadoes in Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and I think maybe Alabama, too. Tornado, yeah, there was a lot of that. You must be living in the southeast, Sedera. So, yeah, Georgia was getting them, and even Florida. Whew. In fact, there was some Orlando station that had a tornado hit the station and blow by while they were on the air. I thought, now that's accurate news, right on the money. Yeah, it was a tough one. I even brought my trash cans in the garage because I figure they would not be my trash cans any longer if I left them outside. All right. Let's call that good. Let's get a little polish up here. See how we're doing. All right, no snags on that one. That's pretty good. I like that. Pretty smooth. All right, here we go. Let's check this one out. 4 killed and 29. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Oh, man, it's terrible. That is a very interesting pour. I'm going to take this under the microscope so you guys can see all the tiny little glitter that you probably can't see on that screen there. Let's see. Let's get to the scope here. Let me choose the leopard scope. So check this out. I've never seen a blank with those little tiny white glitter like that. Looks like salt. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me make sure that's focused right on that sucker. Yeah, see those little tiny pieces of glitter? That's amazing. Super sparkly. Very, very sparkly. Yeah. Whew. There are some weather out there. Yeah, Mississippi got hit pretty hard. All right, that is Darlene. Now, we finished up with Darlene. Excellent. And she won't feel neglected any longer. Sorry about that, Darlene. That was 100% my fault. Okay, let's put that in the out bucket. There we go. I feel all caught up now with Darlene, thank goodness. Let's see who's up next. Oh, Carrie must have called Sedera because Sedera is up next. Okay, so what do we got here? We got 3. And we've got, let's see, 5 1/4. 5 1/4, 5 1/4. Let's see how long these blanks are. One, this looks like a cocoon blank. That one is 5 1/4. And these two from Mr. Durr are not 5 1/4. They are 6 inches long, I'll bet you. Yeah, 6 1/8. So let's knock this down. We're going to cut these off at 5 1/4. Five and a quarter. And then we got this other purple one. Looks like a Harry Potter kind of thing with stars and swirlies and stuff in it. All right. Ha ha. Thank you, Darlene, for your forgiveness. The last one was a deep. I don't know who made that one. Ask Carrie. She will know for sure. But I don't know. It's definitely a round blank. So it could have come from either one. But it was a lot of glitter. That's all I can tell you. That was one of those blanks that I feel like I'm cutting through potato chip. All right, those are all the right length now. Let me put some holes in them for the bushings. All right, and now for the square one. All right, all got holes. Let's put some bushings in them. Wow, that's a lot of water, Sedera. 2 feet in a stream. Could you imagine the volume? My goodness. All right, we'll do the square one first because it looks very pretty. Let me change the camera over so that you guys can see what I'm working on. Okay. There we go. 2 feet. That is a lot of water. So there's what that one looks like. Very cool looking. All right, let's fire it up. Get it round. A little too high on this tool rest here. Nice and round. Look how cool that looks. That is going to be nifty. A lot of good mica shine in there. A lot of threading with all that white. That's going to be a pretty one. Let's see what Sedera wants. 0.48. And this is the Cocoon Artist Choice Baseball Bat. Baseball bat 0.48. How fun. All right, that's probably still too fat, but let's see where we're at. We are at a 0.55, heading to 0.48, just below a half inch. All right, we should be pretty close there. 0.49, close enough. 0.48 is 0.01 away, and the sanding and finishing will take us right there. And a lovely little baseball bat on the end. Very nice. Hey, I'm no woman. What are you trying to say, Joe? I know you're talking about someone else. I just teasing. I don't even go by she anymore, you know? I may have missed the conversation. Too busy looking at the pen and not enough looking up. Okay, I'm really feeling some gorgeous faces here. This is a perfect blank for that, the way it swirls around. Okay, 5 1/4, 2 5/8. Takes us halfway in the middle there. This is a very pretty one. Great colors in this one, Joe. Very pretty colors. All right. Blower off, diaper in place. Hey, Carrie, if you're watching, I need Kevin to refill my water bottles, please. Pretty much used them up all day. me ask Carrie to get Kevin getting some more water. Hey, Carrie. Carrie, can you have Kevin refill my water bottles? Thank you. All right, Kevin will get all over that. And I won't run out of water. Thanks, Kev.
You used them up.
Oh, yeah, I've been turning all day.
Where's the other one?
Right there. Thank you, sir.
Dad,
Yo.
I'm good. I told John I'll do a bracket if you do a women's bracket. He's like, deal.
There you go. That's right. No, I don't think she's watching. I think they're watching some stuff Kevin likes, like T. Martin or something like that. They usually sit there together and watch Kevin's YouTube stuff, which is good. I don't mind. She's seen a pen or two turned in person.
We're watching Disney Cruise stuff.
Oh, they're watching Disney cruise stuff. Very exciting stuff.
Disney Treasure.
Disney Treasure. Named after Aladdin. Or the Aladdin Adventures. There we go. This one should be a purty one. Oh, heck yeah. Look at that thing. That is so leopard scope worthy. Let's see. Camera, leopard scope. Very three-dimensional, very wispy and lacy. All those little white strings rolling through it, or streams of white, whatever you want to call that. And again, I'm telling you, 10 times better in person. Gorgeous pen. That's a super cool blank. Looks like a desert oasis. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. All right, let's pick this one here because this is nearly clear. Yeah, that is a pretty blank. Great colors. Great, typical Cocoon. They do such a great job. All right. Up to speed now. Blower on. Again, we are 0.48. This is Opal Glitter and Snowflakes. 0.48 Artist Choice. Carrie's idea is 4 restraints. We'll see how that shapes up. Let's see how small we're getting here. Down to about a 0.55. A little bit further to go. All right, I'd say we're probably just about there. 0.50. Nope, we got a ways to go. Not much though. 200ths. That's probably it right there. Let's get on this other end here. Everybody make sure you refresh your screen once in a while because sometimes YouTube likes to delay things. I don't know why they do, but it seems like you get behind for some reason. And that's based upon nothing but pure conjecture. And there's a big chunk of glitter in there or something. You can hear it banging. Oh, there's, ooh, look at that. That's a big old chunk of glitter. I can hear it knocking as it's going around. Sometimes the glitter just gets all stuck together and makes a big chunk of plastic. There we go. Gotta do a little carving. Hey, Lawrence, was that chip carving? I can still hear it just a little bit. All right. Almost transparent.
Hey, Dad,
See?
what was the street number for that tag agency again?
For the what?
Tag agency.
Oh, it's at the corner of MacArthur and 63rd. Another chunk. See, what happens is they fold over and they don't want to cut off. There's about 3 of them. There we go. That's going to finish a whole lot nicer. Literally, as it goes around, the glitter folds over instead of cutting off. That's pretty good there. Oh, geometric shapes. I gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, so let's look at this one. I'm going to wet a paper towel here. There's a lot of big glitter in here. Snowflakes of blue, white, and then there's some little rods, like little square rectangular pieces, and then some hexagonal pieces in here. There's a lot of different kind of glitter in this puppy. What do we do? Carrie says 4 restraints. That's a lot for this because there's a lot of big glitter. And the glitter is mostly in the center, generally, except this side here. Yeah, it's not too far off from that. I mean, you know, snowflake is snowflake, but this is a very cute one. Got to figure out what we're going to do for the cut, though. Carrie, you might be right. Let's see what let's do 3 restraints. See how that looks. If we didn't cut a Bill Durrblank down, I might go 4, but we cut about 3/4 of an inch off this thing. Yeah, 5 1/4, 2 5/8. That's the center. And let's see, if we're going to have 3 restraints, we need 4 dips. About like that. Let me tighten that up, see if that's where we want to be. What I'm looking for is this one, this one, this one, and this one, and how they're shaped. I think that'll be pretty good. Perfectly placed. Just enough to scratch a little line to tell me where to go. All right, here we go. And I'm not going to make these deep carves because of the amount of glitter in the blank. We want to see that glitter. All right, so let's go see where all this glitter's laying. So we're going to do a point in the middle. We're going to do that one like we did last week where it's got a point in the middle and two humps on either side. So these we won't point, we'll just smooth over. Because I think I'll let it see into that glitter really nicely. Here we go. All right, blow her off. Diaper in place. Let me refill my water bottle now that Kevin has refilled my big water bottles. Actually, I just use a couple of great value 1 liter bottles. Is that 1 liter? 5 or half a liter. Half a liter, typical 40 pack. 40 pack great value water. Just use 2 or 3 of those as a water refill bottle. The hobos would make and keep sake boxes. Oh, would make keepsake boxes and then chip carve them. Do you chip carve them after you make them? Cut them up or something? Cut things into them, I guess. Is that where marquetry started? Or was this just a poor man's marquetry? Why do I keep it wet? Keeps the dust down and it keeps it cool. Keeps it cutting. Sort of makes the middle of this thing look like an ornament, doesn't it? With that two round things and a pointy thing in the middle. Oh, yes, ma'am. You know it, Sedera. Looks pretty cool. Smoothing up very nicely, too. All right, now we're ready to go to the sandpaper where I use my finger. Just progressive levels of finer and finer sandpaper, and all of a sudden it's crystal clear. Very good, Lawrence. Lawrence getting our history lesson tonight on marquetry and intarsia. I thought marquetry and intarsia was the same thing, just different application, you know, pieces of wood pieced together to make a picture or design. I could be wrong, though. And Leopard, Lawrence will fix us up and let us know what the difference is. Too many L's around here. China and Japanese started marquetry. Oh, interesting. Who started intarsia? The French? Italians? And the hobos were chip carving all about the same time. Must have been the availability of wood or knives or something started this big trend. There is intarsia in knitting. Oh, that's interesting. What does that mean, Joe? Is it a certain look or a certain stitch or something, or certain outcome of using a set of stitches? Amazing what we learn, huh? There's a lot of glitter in this for sure, Sedera. A lot of glitter. You're going to love it. If you like glitter, you'll love this one for sure. Let me take the light away from it. You'll see a little bit better. My light is very bright, and it sort of drowns out what's going on. There you go. Disco ball, yeah. Now with the light removed, you can see it a little bit better. So there's this stuff in lighting called color index rendering that they give a rating to a lamp or a light or a bulb or whatever the light source is. And the higher the rating, the more accurate the lighting is on camera. I just learned about this a few weeks ago, and now I'm looking around for a lamp that I can shine down on here that doesn't flood it out, but will make it look the right colors, which actually does a pretty good job right now. I got a piece of glitter sticking up. I can feel it. And again, that rag grabs it right there. It's just a little tiny piece. There we go. I got to resand that right there. Again, that rag always picks up the little, I can't get it with sandpaper, but boy, you hit it with that rag and it snags it right there. And I just got to smooth that out. And right now I can feel it, but after a few minutes here, I won't be able to feel it at all. Nobody would really notice it, but I know it's there. So if I notice it, then you might notice it too. And I don't want you to notice it. So I'll get rid of it. Beautiful. There we go. Now we just refine it right up and we're good to go. It's okay, Lawrence. We all get the typos. No big deal. All right. Now it's all good to go. And we're going to take this under the scope for a second or two because it is very pretty. And you can see the tiny little glitter that you can't see on the screen. Let's see. All right. There we go. Look at the inside of that thing. Look at that tiny glitter in there. And you got those little rods. I don't know what you call those, but little sticks of color. Lots of light coming through that thing, I'll tell you. That's a pretty blank. And you don't see those little glitters in there until you really shine it up at the end. All right, now this is another one of these lava lamp kind of deals. Let me redo the camera here, put it back over to the right spot. Let me get rid of all the little stuff around. And so you can see, I don't know how much of this will come off in a second, but sometimes this stuff right here just stays on the edge and goes away real quick. But we'll find out. It looks like a big eruption in the middle from the bottom to the top. You just let it roll, Lawrence. Let it roll. We'll tell you when it's too much, and usually it's not too much. I mean, all we're doing is sitting here having fun and learning. I know I am. A starry hocus pocus feel. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Yep, see a lot of that disappeared. This is going to be very interesting. Okay, let's get us some baseball bats here. Let me make sure I'm not misreading the directions here. .48 baseball bat, artist choice. Excellent. Super good mental health podcast yesterday that we do every week on Saturday mornings at 11:30 on the Ryan Fowler SOS channel. It was about how narcissists assume the victim role and blame everybody else. Super fun topic. All right, let's see how our measurements are going. Right about there, 0.5, 0.5, so we're almost there. Couple of molecules off of this end. Take a little meat off the middle here. Slow it down a little bit. Let's wet this one up and see how we're doing. Because this way we can see the purple liquid flames in the middle here. See, it gets very light in here because it's coming up through the middle. Bill usually does a really good job with that. And there's some nice explosion up through the middle there. That's very cool. I think we're going to do their offset mustache on this. We're probably going to do it right about, not very offset far, but just a little bit. In fact, I might even pull that back to about right there. Here we go. A potion pen. Yes, ma'am. It looks very Harry Potterish. The potion is so powerful, it's trying to escape the pen. And the potion is Diamondium Finishum. It means finish that diamond painting event. Diamondium Finishum. There you go, Sedera. I just made up a spell to be used with the potion inside the pen. There we go. Absolutely. All right, let's see. So we're going to leave this a little fat on the bottom here because this is where all the potion's coming from. Oh, yeah, that's going to look really awesome. Got a ton of stars right there in the middle. All right, blower off. Diaper in place. Why do I keep grabbing that plastics? Oh, my goodness. Diamondium Finishum. You can write that down, Sedera. Patent pending, all rights reserved, trademark, copyright, all rights reserved. See my attorney on Monday. Sometimes the simplest design on these pens is the way to really accentuate the pen. And that's what I always try to do, is not get in the way of the coolness of some of these blanks. I know Bill works hard on this little swirly thing he's going, because I can't figure it out. Let's name the pen that. There you go. Kevin will love it. He loves Harry Potter. How do you even spell it? Diamondium. Dimondium. Finishum. Finishum. How's that? Did I get it right? I'm telling you, this is going to look like a magic potion bottle when we're done. Diamondium finishum. We just cracking ourselves up here today. Hey, you know, I've been busy all weekend. Those senators go ahead and vote on that, whatever they were doing to keep the government open. I got to go check that out when I get off here. I've lost track of all that stuff. I saw them all blaming each other for something. I'm like, oh, typical politicians. You're fired, all of you. Now let's get somebody in there that's going to do something. I'll go to Washington. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Alagochus. I think you spelled that wrong. I thought it was docious. Must be a new movie. Get Dick Van Dyke out. He's still going. He's still living. Looking good, too. I think I hear Kevin putting the trash out to the street. Hear those big containers rolling out. And tomorrow is cardboard day. Joe, you're a riot, Joe. I love you. You're so funny. I thought you were checking me. Yeah, Julie Andrews is still out there. I don't see her much. I see Dick Van Dyke a lot on these little interview shows. He's 99, I think. I think he's going to be 100 this year. And he's still going pretty decently, too. His brain is still there. His body is still there. He's barefoot a lot, loves to dance, sing. I think he just did a song with the guy from, I can't remember the sort of the cool group there, but did a song with him. I have to go look it up again on YouTube. Yes, ma'am, you may, Sadara, you may. Yes, he does. Goes to the gym. I was just watching an interview with him and Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen, who are married, and they've got a show on Conan O'Brien's network. I forget the name of the network on YouTube, but they had like an hour and a half long interview with Dick Van Dyke and his wife. And that's pretty cool. Seems like he'd be a pretty happy guy. Had a pretty good life. Entertained the crap out of us, didn't he? I know I've always loved Dick Van Dyke ever since the Dick Van Dyke Show. And he's never been around all the drama or the, what do you call that stuff? The clickbait or the National Enquirer kind of stuff. Scandal, that's what it is. He stayed away from all that pretty much his whole life. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. You can see the potion flowing from the bottom to the top in this thing. Oh, that is wild. Good job, builder. I'm going to show you this one here. It almost looks like it's moving. It's so flowy. Okay, let's go to the leopard scope. Okay, here's the bottom. Super thick potion there. And now it gets thinner as it flows up through the top of the bottle out into the internute. Look at that. Diamondium finishum. Finish that diamond painting pattern. That is very nice. That is very, very cool. All right, let's go to this camera here. Maybe I can make a wind chime with so many pens. Yes, you could. Yes, you could. Let me get the bushings out of this here and the bushings out of your clear one. And then these they're a little dusty from my hands, but these are your pens. 3 very different pens. We got vases, offset mustache, and then a little spike in the middle with a couple of balls. And they'll be all buffed up and shiny. Right now, they're just in my dirty hands, so they're getting all dusty. There you go. A bubbling potion. Yes, ma'am. Okay, and then tomorrow I'm going to color Rebecca's little Crafting and Crime Daily box. All right, those will go into the buffing chamber here. Yes, ma'am, Sedera, thank you for letting me play with your blanks and having a fun time. And anyway, just to show everybody, some weren't here at the beginning, I made a couple of trays, and I keep them on my desk now, and it's got all my little goodies in there. You guys put your diamond painting pens in there and that kind of stuff, and I put all my little tools in there that I use throughout the week. So now they don't roll around now. They stay in the little wildly colored UFO green tray. And I made 2 of those. And we'll be making more of those different colors. In fact, Joe wants one like the, what do you call it? Seasons, Emma Casey, Seasons, Dragon Seasons or whatever. She wants the winter one, which has got some really beautiful colors in it. And going to make one for Rebecca. She wants one with pink. Could you imagine that she wants pink? But yes, we're going to do one for her. And we're going to start cranking them out. I got some really cool design ideas starting to percolate in my brain. Anyway, everybody, need one that matches your potion pen. I may have to hook up with Bill and see what purple he used in there. I got plenty of glitter, but I have to figure out what purple is because, man, if I could get it to swirl like that, that would be so cool. Anyway, everybody have a great evening. I think we'll see you tomorrow night. I'm predicting a good one there. Might be a hair later than normal because I think I got a meeting at 6, but we'll check that out and see if that meeting's still happening by then. Everybody have a good evening. We'll see you soon. And 2 premieres in there for you to check out. So check out those premieres. Been turning all day here in the shop, having a good time. See you around. Bye-bye.